Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Coffin. I'm here at the May 2019 Metal Investor Forum in Vancouver. I'm here with Tom Ullrich. He's the CEO of Aston Bay, one of the companies that I follow. Aston has two large projects, one on Somerset Island in the Arctic, in Canada's Arctic. The other one is in Virginia in the US. Aston has recently been active on the Virginia project. He just finished up a drill program. Can you give us a little bit a sense of what's coming? Because I know we're sort of expecting drill results from that pretty soon now. I mean, days or weeks away at the most.
Yeah, well, of course, we did just finish drilling 3 weeks ago, but
right.
The rocks are at the lab. We've sent them in several batches. We did have, it's very clear that we do have visible gold in the outcrops at the surface.
Yeah.
And when you have visible gold in quartz, it definitely is a good idea to do some more careful assays, and particularly with metal screens. And that requires a bit more time, so that may delay the assays a bit, but we do expect them in the next couple of weeks. And we are assaying the entire holes. We drilled H core, big core, to make sure we get the best possible samples. And we are assaying we're essentially looking for both vein, quartz, gold, and disseminated mineralization.
Well, and I think like this target area generally, I mean, I don't know exactly where your new holes are, but I mean, generally speaking, regionally speaking, the area hasn't seen a lot of exploration other than by the group that you did the deal with to get at the private Jack's Fork company. But I think there were a handful of drill holes from this area. Three and there were a couple of pretty good holes in that. I mean,
absolutely,
if you want to whet people's appetite with that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, again, multi-gram intercepts. The thickness is over a few meters in quartz veins, and plus disseminated mineralization that nobody had really thought about previously. Again, 3 holes. That's all that's been put into this before we got there. We wanted to. We didn't step out, any great distance from that. We still want to try to figure out, the orientation, the style of mineralization here, both up and down and slightly laterally. But that was the main thrust of this program. We want to be able to characterize the mineralization so that we can more effectively explore for it. And really, probably we're going to be thinking about things like geophysics to help nail down exactly, where the vein goes. We think we have on the property, we think it goes for at least 900 meters on that property, and that sits within, say, a larger land package that we are working on. We have a feeling it goes much further. That's all I can probably say for now.
Yeah.
But but to characterize that vein very clearly will just allow us to be more effectively in doing our geophysics, and then the next stage drilling, which and the great thing about down in Virginia here, it can happen very quickly.
Well, I know
it's so easy to work.
I know you have like a lot of effectively private data, I suppose, in this deal that you did, and I know that you're in the midst of finalizing, enlarging the area quite a bit with the lease agreement with the underlying landholder, and I also understand that you don't want to lift your skirt too much until that's nailed down. But I mean, you're increasing I think you're increasing the size of the property by an order of magnitude or 2. So you're obviously not doing that randomly. I mean, this is based on the data set that was part of this deal that you did.
Exactly.
You're doing this to bring other targets in that will be, I guess you'll be able to talk about once this deal is done.
Absolutely. Hey, this is Don Taylor's, was Don Taylor's private company. He's been working on this area, since the 90s. Him and his geo, who also works for us. These guys have, they know where they want to be, and we're specifically signing up those prospective lands. We think, in a few weeks when we have the deals signed up, we'll have quite a lot to chew on, a lot to work on. And not just gold. We love the gold potential. It's great to have that into Aston Bay now. It brings a whole new set of potential investors to us. And of course, just having a Virginia project brings, Americans love America, and we would love to have them as investors there. But it's not just gold. Much of the original exploration thrust down here was for base metals, specifically copper, zinc, a little bit of lead, and cobalt as well. It's interesting. People never cared about the cobalt.
Right.
10 years ago, who cared about cobalt? But some of these hits, you're talking in order of 0.25% cobalt, which is that's a decent number. We don't know if it's recoverable or in what mineral it's contained, but those are nice numbers, and actually I think would play well in America as a made in America an energy play with copper and cobalt. So we think Don thinks we have the potential to pick up some as yet undiscovered base metal belts. A good example is the gold play here at the Buckingham Gold, undiscovered till 2016. It's amazing to have 700 gram per ton gold in grab samples at the surface. Nobody's touched it. Right? It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just not.
But
it's an area whose mining history is long behind until now, I guess.
It is, and and honestly, it can be difficult to explore. It's easy to see how things get missed. It's a very lush area. I mean, these are timber farms, right? But luckily, the areas we're working on, those recently clear-cut ones, those are the ones where it's easy to get access. You can see things other people haven't seen before. You take the trees off, get a few good rainfalls. It's amazing what it washes away, and you can really get some good exposure.
Okay. Well, I mean, Aston Bay, BAY on the venture. I think the timing's particularly good. Hopefully, if you're seeing this soon after the May MIF, this was taped on the 24th of May, 2019. The maiden drill results should be on their way soon. And as Tom pointed out, he's drilling a target where they got extremely high grade gold at surface and lots of EG. So, you got to think your odds are pretty good of seeing a couple of good drill holes here. And that's just the first of what's probably going to be many targets in this belt as Tom ties down more land with the underlying owners and pulls more targets in and unveils these things. I mean, I think you're going to have a pretty interesting few months ahead of you.
Yeah.
So this is one you got to keep an eye on, and you should get onto it now before these results start to roll in. Thanks for listening.